Welcome today in appreciation of the compatibility of the mathematics of Ganita Sutras with Vedic systems. We shall be focusing upon the organization format features of the Vedic systems which take us to the end reach as fivefold reach in the form of Shri Ganesha, Surya Dev, Sadashiv, Vishnu Dev, and Shri Durga. These fivefold end reach of organization format features of Vedic systems have been elaborately and in great details having been chased and worked out. A Shastranam Stotram means 1000 formulations, 1000 steps of a reach of the domains. All these five devas, Shri Ganesh, Vishnu, Shiv, Surya, and Durga, these five scriptures are available with us, and in each scripture there are 1000 designations, names, which in fact are the mathematical formulations. These 5000 mathematical formulations are the end reach of the Vedic systems. Therefore, the sadhakas fulfilled with intensity of urge to be parallel to Vedic systems have to chase, have to follow, have to go parallel to this range of 5000 mathematical formulations. These mathematical formulations are available with us. Therefore, the compatibility of the mathematics of Ganita Sutras can be given and can be taken and can be had a chase format for it by having a comprehension of this range of formulations. How the values, features of these 5000 formulations are within comprehension range, within reach range of the mathematics of Ganita Sutras will ultimately provide us the answer for it. Initially, we know that the formulation Ganesha is availing this range of 7 letters, and these 7 letters are accepting corresponding transcendental code values of the summation value 33. Further, we know that trans through the vowels as dimensional frames will be ultimately leading us to this range of value, and it is going to be 50 plus 32 is 47. So 47 plus 336 equal to 383. It is this range which is constituting, which is manifesting the transcendental format of the formulation Ganesha. And we know the Ganita Sutras are availing only 283 letters, and Panch Mahabhut chase format is leading us to value 100, making it a value 383. Therefore, this formulation alone, the first formulation is the first Deva, is the Deva whose format reach is going to take us to the reach of the Ganita Sutras along and in terms of the foundation of Panchmabhut. The formulation Surya with the TC value 13 and the trans value 6 is the comprehension, is the reach which will help us appreciate that the Surya Ank, the number of this Surya, sun, is 6. And 6 we know is the first perfect number. How the Ganita Sutras text will provide us a starting point as the sixth vowel, value 6, 6 space content, hypercube 6, the representative regular body of 6 space, and Sthapatya miring rod, a synthetic setup of hypercubes 1 to 6 as a format for the swapping of 6 space domain, means our solar universe. The second Deva, Surya, sun, is taking us to the value 6, the first perfect number, and these 5 Devas are the complete Brahm Devas. They take us to the eternity. They have glimpsed the eternity. They are the eternity, and eternity is Brahm of TC value 28, which is going to be the second perfect number. Therefore, the Vedic systems as are of the organization format, which is a chase of the range of the first perfect number to the second perfect number. Mathematics of Ganita Sutras, when is to be tested, when is to be chased for its compatibility with the Vedic systems, then the test could be whether the mathematics of Ganita Sutras as such is of features and values of the format which takes from the first perfect number to the sixth perfect number, that is from Surya, sun, to Brahm. A reach from Surya to Brahm is the end reach attainment values of the Vedic systems. If the mathematics of Ganita Sutras as such emerges to be of the values, features and format of a reach from first perfect number to the second perfect number, then we can safely say, we can safely conclude that the mathematics of Ganita Sutras is compatible with as being parallel to the organization format features of the Vedic systems. Deva Sadashiv with the formulation Shiv of value 12 as well as the formulation Sada as well being of value 12. Therefore, it is going to be a reach from 12 to 12 plus 12, which is going to be of the format of reach from n to 2n, which is the format of a Kram Samapti, the sequential reach, the end reach of the sequential chase systems. It is the format feature of the organization, and if this organization format is the mathematics of the Ganita Sutras as well, then as per this test as well, we may be in a position to conclude the compatibility of the Vedic systems and the mathematics of the Ganita Sutras. Step ahead, Vishnu is the formulation. It is a formulation which is of TC value 25, while the trans is going to be a value minus 39. We know minus 39 constitutes a reflection pair with value 39, and value 39 also constitutes a reflection pair with value 93. Further, the value 39 is equal to 3 into 13, while value 93 is equal to 3 into 31, and value 13 and 31 are constituting a reflection pair. These are the features of the Vishnu Dev, and if these features and the values as a format will take us parallel to the format, features and values of the Ganita Sutras, then as per this test as well, we may be in a position to conclude the compatibility of the mathematics of Ganita Sutras with the Vedic systems. Step ahead, the formulation Durga is of TC value 16, while the trans through it is of value 7. And we know that 16 is equal to 7 plus 9, and we see that the Surya sun is having a number value 6, and while the value here is 7. Therefore, it is going to be a reach from value 6 to a 7. And further we know that the formulation Sapt of simple rendering value 7 takes us to TC value 14, and it takes us 2 and 2n simultaneously reach. It is going to be the Kram Samapti. Therefore, these 5 and reach formulations of the organization format features of Vedic systems will provide us the concrete format for a concrete test for the conclusion whether or not the mathematics of Ganita Sutras is the mathematics of Vedas, whether Ganita Sutras deserve to be designated and to be accepted as Vedic Ganita Sutras or not. In this background, let us now have a reach at the first formulation of the Ganita Sutras. Eka Adhikain Purvain is the text of Ganita Sutra 1. The first formulation is Eka Adhikain. The formulation Eka Adhikain is leading us to TCV values 6, 6, 9, 10 and 9, and the trans through these syllables is of value 48, value 20 makes it 68, 0 it remains at 68, then 192 makes it 260, this makes 284, and 284 is 283 plus 1, it is 1 more than 283. So Eka Adhikain, the Ganita Sutras, Eka Adhikain, the first formulation, is after a complete chase of the entire range, is in a cyclic form, taking us one value more. Let us have a pause here and let us appreciate that the total letters of the 16 letters, 16 sutras, Ganita Sutras, are 283, and the first sutras, first formulation Eka Adhikain, means one more than this value. It is this reach which makes it in a cyclic way, and it is this cyclic potentiality of the Ganita Sutras mathematics which really makes mathematics being of great potentialities. It is this inherent feature of the formulation Eka Adhikain, the first formulation itself, leading us to value 284. It is one more than 283, which is the range of the total letters of the entire text of 16 sutras. This, as such, provides us a confidence, provides us a bliss that these sutras, if are approached as per its organization, then it appears that its potentialities are starting unfolding themselves. It is this unfolding process inherently inbuilt in the system itself, if is changed, the same may help us appreciate the organization format features of Vedic systems and format features of Mathematics of Ganita Sutras are going to be parallel, and it is in terms of the Mathematics of Ganita Sutras we may be in a position to reach at the 5,000 formulations of Shri Ganesh Shastram Stotram, Surya Shastram Stotram, Shiv Shastram Stotram, Vishnu Shastram Stotram, and Durga Shastram Stotram. These 5,000 formulations, mathematical formulas, are a very rich range of mathematical values, and these values deserve to be appreciated for their pure and applied values, and this reach for the pure and applied values of these 5,000 formulations is a reach of the mathematics of the Ganita Sutras, and it is with it that we will be in a position to have a safe conclusion about the compatibility of the mathematics of Ganita Sutras with the Vedic systems. Now let us start that. For the first test is that the Devanagari Varnamala. Devanagari Varnamala is a formulation. This formulation, as per these code values of the individual letters, will take us to value 77. Devanagari Varnamala formulation is leading us to TC value 77, while these 9 vowels, 25 Varga consonants, 4 Anthastha letters and 4 Ushmana letters together, these 42 letters are leading us to 206 as the transcendental code value. Together with the value 77, the value of Devanagari Varnamala takes us to a 283, which is the value range of the entire text of the Ganita Sutras. Our entire text of 16 Ganita Sutras is a text of 283 letters, and the Devanagari Varnamala is of TC value 77, and 42 letters of Devanagari Varnamala are of value 206. It makes a grand total value 283. It is this feature, it is this value which is going to be the first test of the compatibility of the Ganita Sutras and the Vedic systems. The second test of the compatibility of the Ganita Sutras and Vedic systems is that the Maheshwara Sutras, 42 letters are being organized by these 14 Ganita Sutra, these Maheshwara Sutras, and these letters A, E, U, Ana, constituting and making the first Maheshwara Sutra, lead us to value 1, 2, 3 and 7 as TC values. Like that, we can reach from the TC value of the letters of Maheshwara Sutra 1 to TC value of the letters of Maheshwara Sutra 14, and this sequential chase will ultimately give us a grand total reach being of value 283. It is going to be the second test. In fact, it is going to be the conclusive test for the compatibility of the mathematics of the Ganita Sutras of the text having 283 letters parallel to the value 283 for all the letters of all the Maheshwara Sutras, and the same further being parallel to the TC value of the formulation Devanagari Varnamala and its 42 letters. One shall sit comfortably, one shall permit the transcending mind to be parallel to these organization format features of the Vedic systems, which are of the end reach of fivefold formulations, centers, Shri Ganesha, Surya Dev, Sadashiv, Vishnu Dev, and Shri Durga. This fivefold reach of these formulations, which as domains are leading us to 1000 mathematical formulations. So these 5000 mathematical formulations as such are the reservoir, source reservoir of the mathematical values, mathematical reach of the Vedic system. Sadhakas fulfilled with intensity of urge shall approach this fivefold set of formulations in terms of their first letters, the Ga, Va, Sha, Da and Sa of TC values 3, 7, 2, 6 and 21, leading us to total value 21. And 21 is the value which accepts an organization 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6, which is parallel to the values of the hypercubes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 as a representative regular bodies of 1 space to 6 space constituting a Sthapatya miring rod. Therefore, the end reach of organization format features of Vedic systems lead us to the format of a Sthapatya miring rod. Therefore, a reach for the Vedic systems to Sthapatya miring rod and the reach of the Ganita Sutras as well to Sthapatya miring rod will ensure our conclusion of the compatibility of the Ganita Sutras and Ganita Sutras as the format features and values of the Vedic systems. We have seen that value here is going to be for the formulation Ekadikein as 284. And we have also seen that value for the formulation Ganesha is going to be 383. The difference value 100 is to be appreciated in terms of the formulation. The Vedic approach to the existence phenomenon of our solar universe is to a reach from Prithvi, Earth, to the pole star, with pole star as 7 space in the role of an origin of Surya 6 space. Therefore, this range of 7 formulations, as we have seen that Durga is the formulation which is taking us from value 16 as TCV value to value 7, going to be the value of the trance. Now, this reach up till 7 space is going to be the reach. It is 7 space means the pole star. Pole star is the 7 space, and the range of values, TC values for this range of 7 formulations are 25, 8, 14, 13, 8, 13 and 19, making it a value 100. Therefore, this format of Panchamahabhut of values range 100 with the chase of in terms of the Ganita Sutras of value 283. So this value 283 as an organization of the text of Ganita Sutras availing 283 letters along the format of a Panchamahabhut will take us to value 383, which we have seen is the value of the formulation Ganesha, which is leading us to the trance. It is this trance, therefore, from TCV values of this formulation to the trance value of This formulation S value 383 with a format of 100 of a Panchmahabhut is having a working format for the Ganita Sutras of value 283. One shall sit comfortably, one shall permit the transcending mind to be parallel to the processing steps, mathematics, sciences and technologies of the Vedic systems. And by being parallel to the Vedic systems, we will be parallel to the format features and working steps of the mathematics of the Ganita Sutras themselves. Therefore, sadhakas fulfilled with intensity of urge to have insight and enlightenment about the working steps of the mathematics of Ganita Sutras have to be face to face with the organization format of Panchmahabhut as a chase format of the existence phenomenon of our solar universe. It is along this chase format of a Panchmahabhut of the Vedic systems that the foundation format of Panchmahabhut, when is available for the chase of the processing steps of the mathematics of Ganita Sutras, then we will be blissfully parallel to the mathematics of Ganita Sutras and of Vedic systems, as the 16 Ganita Sutras are availing in all 283 as the value of the total number of letters of the Ganita Sutras, together with value 100 as the value of the TC value of the Panchmahabhut, and thereby there happens to be a parallel, there happens to be a compatibility of the mathematics of Ganita Sutras with the Vedic systems. In this background, that we can avail the format of a Panchmahabhut as is being availed by the Vedic systems for chase of the existence phenomenon of our solar universe. The mathematics of the Ganita Sutras, which begins with the first letter as the sixth vowel as value 6, will further help us to have a structural key for reach within the mathematical domain of Ganita Sutras as 6 space. 6 is the Surya Ank. 6 is the number of sun. So 6 as value and 6 as a space, with 6 space as content, with 6 space content manifesting as a domain fold of hypercube 6, the representative regular body of 6 space, will as such settle that the processing steps of the Vedic systems and of the mathematics of Ganita Sutras are going to be identical. Both the organization format features of Vedic systems and the format features and values of the mathematics of Ganita Sutras are accepting the same starting point, that is value 6, that is 6 space, that is hypercube 6, as a format for which the Sthapatya miring rod as a synthetic setup of hypercubes 1 to 6 is to be the concrete geometrical mathematical format. Sadhakas fulfilled with intensity of urge to be parallel to the organization format features of Vedic systems have to approach Vedic systems the Vedic way. The Vedic way to approach Vedic systems is to chase the existence phenomenon of our solar universe in terms of the format of a Panchmahabhut. This chase takes us to the settlement of the format of a Sthapatya miring rod. With this settlement of the format of a Sthapatya miring rod, we reach the format for the chase of the 6 space domain, that is the 6 space body that is Sun, that is our solar universe. This takes us to value 6, the first perfect number. The starting point as the value 6 is the first perfect number, and the end reach value of eternity of a Brahm as the TC value 28 as value 28 as second perfect number. With it, the starting point as value 6, the end reach point as value 28 settles the entire range. Therefore, the organization format features of Vedic systems and the mathematics of Ganita Sutras becomes the mathematics of coverage of the range, beginning with the first perfect number and having blissful reach up till the second perfect number. This way becomes the chase from the Sun as the starting point to eternity, Brahm as the end reach value. How from the Surya 6 space we can mathematically reach up till the eternity, the other end point, that is the second perfect number. 6 space is a creative order space, that is 4 space is playing the role of dimension of a 6 space. Therefore, when our starting point is 4 space in the role of a dimension, then Eka Adhikain Purvain, a step ahead, will take us to 5 space in the role of a dimension. Therefore, the format features of Ganita Sutras mathematics and of organization format of Vedic systems essentially becomes a setup which is a collection of the processing steps which take us from 4 space in the role of dimension to 5 space in the role of a dimension. It is this reach from 4 space in the role of a dimension to 5 space in the role of dimension is the ultimate settlement of the end reach as 5-fold Devas, Ganesha, Surya, Shiva, Vishnu and Durga. This reach, this attainment is the reach and attainment of the Vedic systems as well as of the Ganita Sutras mathematics. Therefore, the sadhakas shall sit comfortably and glimpse the reach and reach as 5-fold reach are 5-fold Devas, Ganesha, Surya, Shiva, Vishnu and Durga of the Vedic systems, and also to have a parallel processing reach of the mathematics of the Ganita Sutras as a mathematics with the starting point as a first perfect number and the end reach being a second perfect number. The first perfect number 6 is of geometric format of a 6 space which accepts 4 space in the role of a dimension. With starting point as a 4 space in the role of a dimension, there is going to be end reach of 5 space in the role of a dimension. 4 space is a creator's space. Lord Brahma is the presiding deity of a 4 space. Lord Shiva is the presiding deity of the transcendental space, a 5 space. Therefore, this chase is going to be a chase of the creations of Lord Brahma, how transcendence takes place from the manifested creations of Lord Brahma, and there happens to be a reach in the transcendental domain of 5 space. For it, the enlightenment is preserved as that Lord Brahma sits comfortably, meditates within cavity of one's own heart and attains the grace, transcendental grace, and multiplies tenfold. It is this multiplication with the transcendental grace which becomes the ultimate processing intelligence of the Ganita Sutras, parallel to that of the Vedic systems. How the sadhakas fulfilled with intensity of urge to be parallel to the Vedic systems in terms of Ganita Sutras or how the Vedic systems will bring us face to face with the processing steps in terms of Ganita Sutras. For it, sadhakas have to go parallel to the enlightenment processing steps adopted by Lord Brahma of having a meditation within cavity of one's own heart, where the seat of a transcendental Lord. And once one dives, meditates within the cavity of one's own heart, then one will be in a position to attain the grace. Therefore, the formulation, the central formulation comes to be Hirde. The formulation Hirde is leading us to TC value 21. And beautifully, when we'll have a trance for this formulation, it is again is going to be value 21. How the TCV value of the formulation and trance value of the formulation remains the same. It is this reach, it is this glimpse which will help us appreciate the essential features of the Sthapatya miring rod. It is this feature of the Sthapatya miring rod which as swaps 6 space, and 6 space becomes the perfect number, a first perfect number, the only perfect number where the addition of its proper divisors and multiplication of its proper divisors is the same. It is this feature, it is this value, this attainment which makes first perfect number really unique. And so the first, this uniqueness of the first perfect number and value 6 as the value of a Surya Ank 6, deserves to be comprehended well. Value 6 is the starting point. This makes 6 space as a self-referral space. It is a self-referral space as the Hirde formulation is accepting TC value 21 and trans value for it as well is 21. Therefore, the sadhakas fulfilled with intensity of urge to change the compatibility of the mathematics of Ganita Sutras with the Vedic systems shall approach Vedic systems and Vedic mathematics the Vedic way. And the Vedic way to approach Vedic systems is that one shall sit comfortably, permit the transcending mind to dive within the cavity of one's own heart and to attain the transcendental grace. The format of Hirde as the fourth chakra, fourth eternal circuit of human body, is inherently of the features as that value 4 takes us to 2 plus 2 equal to 2 multiplied by 2 and also equal to minus 2 multiplied by 2, which it is not only the addition and multiplication but the orientations as well get superimposed, and further 2 raised to power 4 is equal to 4 raised to power 2. It is this feature, it is this value which makes 4 space a creator's space, and it structures 6 space, the self-referral space. It is this reach from 4 space to 6 space which will help us appreciate that first letter of the Ganita Sutra 1 is of value 6 and the next letter Ka Brahma is of value 4. One shall sit comfortably, one shall approach the Vedic mathematics, the Vedic way, and sequentially the whole range of mathematical domain will start unfolding parallel to the Vedic systems. In fact, mathematics of Ganita Sutras is Vedic systems, and Vedic systems are the mathematics of Ganita Sutras. Thank you very much.